Hello, hello, hello. Sir David Bard. I'm coming out of Hampton, Kentucky. I'm hiding back in the back forest here. There's a couple of steel mills where you make a little liquor. So anyway, I'm hiding behind one of these old boys back here. He knows the Appalachian Mountains. I don't know if Appalachian Mountains, they call it Appalachia. That's the way they pronounce it here in Kentucky. But it might be the mountains are over in Tennessee or Virginia. I don't know. But I see some hills now and then. Listen, I stopped over at the Mormon bomb shelter house. Now, I told you in a past video, I drove by and I saw this big yellow bomb shelter that the company that sells a year's supply of food has in their parking lot for sale. So I go over as an interested conservative Mormon. And they said, well, we'll be happy to show you around. I said, well, if I was a liberal Democrat, he said, get the hell off the property. I said, oh, no, I'm a Republican. I need a bomb shelter because I know Obama is an idiot and he needs to be shining shoes and carrying baggage, and I know Syria is going to bomb us, so I'd like to take a look if I could buy this one. So I go into this thing with this young man. Now, this young man had no sense of humor. He was a Mormon. There was no loud laughter. There was no light-mindedness. And so he toured me through this place. Now, when I went in, there was a steel door. And the steel door was heavy. That was a big sucker, a big steel door, kind of like at the genealogical library up there in the mountains, the Granite Mountains there, where the Mormons hide their records and their misdeeds, I'm sure. But it had a very powerful door. And that was the only thing that was powerful about the whole damn thing. Nobody's getting in. Now, when he shut the door, it had two big freezer locks on it. You push one and it goes way over into a steel bar. You push another one at the bottom, it goes over to steel bar. And I said, well, you know, if somebody needs to get in here, one of your family, is there a doorknob on the outside? And he go, well, yeah, there's a doorknob. I said, but if you've got those things closed, no one can come in here. And he says, that's right. I said, Jesus. And so right beside the door there was a little toilet. And it looked like a toilet out of a travel trailer. Now, I said to him, where's the shower? He says, it's outside. I said, what do you mean? You have to open the door to go outside to take a shower? He says, yes. I said, well, wouldn't all the nuclear stuff come in? He says, no, if you were buried deep enough, it wouldn't. I said, well, you could go to Carlsbad Caverns. It's not going to come in there either. He says, well, this is the way we designed it. So I went in, and there were 4 bunk beds, 2 on one side, 2 on another. And you went further down, and there was a couch with a TV in front of it, and then it had a little kitchenette area with a sink and a refrigerator. Now, I've seen travel trailers that look more bitchin' than this. And you know what? I could build and probably bury a travel trailer. You could buy a, $20,000 travel trailer. That's a nice trailer, and you can put it down. Well, then we went to the mechanics room, and there's this great big motor in there humming. I said, what's that motor doing? He says, it's bringing fresh air in. And I says, are you sure it's not bringing nuclear air? And he says, no, that's what it's for. It doesn't bring in nuclear air. Oh, okay. So I go back and sit on the couch. Now, I have Bard questions. They don't want. They do not want Bard questions. I said, now, let me ask you something here. This is a metal tube. A construction stainless steel tube, isn't it? And he goes, yes. I said, I don't see any electrical outlets anywhere. I said, if you have an electrical shortage on one of your plugs, the whole family dances, don't they? He goes, well, we never thought of that. And I said, well, I used to teach dance at BYU, and when we couldn't get the kids to dance, we just plugged it in, and hell, they danced all over. Well, that's something we may have to look at. I said, yes, you will. And I said, well, when you flush the toilet, where does the poo-poo go? He said, outside. I said, yeah, but it has to have some kind of a septic tank, doesn't it? Oh, yes, you have to dig a septic tank for the poo-poo. I said, well, now, how far down do you bury this shelter? He says, 25 feet under the ground. And I said, well, then your septic tank is going to have to be 40 or 50 feet and a leach line that you wouldn't believe. You couldn't even dig a leach line. That'd be like tunneling to Africa. Well, we didn't think of that either. I said, well, Jesus. I said, well, it's hotter than hell in here. Where's the air conditioning? He goes, there isn't any. Oh, God dang. I said, what about heat? There isn't any. I said, all the comforts of home. Yes. I said, now, how much does this son of a bitch cost? $35,000 as it's sitting. And I said, do you know how much money it would cost to bury this? I think it was like 65 or 70 feet long. He said, well, no. And I said, let me tell you, I dug a septic tank once, the biggest one in the world. And you're looking at somewhere between $25,000 and $50,000, not including the tank. The tank is about as big as this whole house. Oh. I said, now, so what you got wrapped up here is you got 35 or 40,000 in the basic unit. That's right. And then he got another, let's just estimate, 25,000. Now, I think that's $60,000, isn't it? He goes, yes, it is, it is. I says, and that's with no sewer. That's going to be another 15 or 20,000. Well, that was right. So, he says, but if you got the money, you're going to love this. And I said, let me tell you something. If I had money, I wouldn't even be standing in here. Rich people are not going to live in this place. And I said, let me tell you something. You put a husband and a wife and 4 kids down in here, and you seal that damn door, you're going to have 6 dead people in 30 days. They're going to beat the shit out of each other. I'm claustrophobic. There's no windows. He said, well, you could paint a window. I said, yeah, I could paint a fake window out there. And I said, let me ask you something now. I said, the pump that brings in the fresh air is electric, right? Yes, yes. I said, well, what if the nuclear blast blows over the telephone pole and the electricity goes out? We suffocate, right? Well, we didn't think of that. What have you thought of? I said, now, by the way, the hot water and the cold water, it runs on a pump too, doesn't it? Yeah. I said, well, that'd be dead too, wouldn't it? Yeah. Well, the toilet would be dead. You'd have poo-poo all through the place here. Because, you know, when you flush the toilet, you have to have a pump to fill up the back tank. Yeah, we didn't think of that. I said, let me ask you something here. I said, we had these bomb shelters in the 50s and 60s when I was in high school. And the biggest problem with the bomb shelters, the son of a bitch fills up with water. You drowned in them. There's no drain, is there? He goes, no, there's no drain. You guys should have figured that. We didn't think about that. I go, God dang. This is a good place to put your children when they're behaving poorly. Yeah, you could use it for that. I said, yeah, for $75,000 to $100,000, you could do a good time out on a high school student in here. Just lock that damn door. But the thing is, I said, there's no computer and there's no cell phone 25 or 30 feet underground. You know, that's right. We didn't think of that. I said, God damn. What the hell have you thought about? He said, well, we thought a lot about the $100,000 that we might be able to screw stupid people out of it. I said, well, most people don't even have a backyard big enough to bury this. And he goes, well, you're right, but they could build it in a field. And I said, well, then they'd have to run to it when the nuclear bomb comes along. He said, that's right. And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to take my chances with Obama. I'm going to let him go back to shining shoes and carrying baggage. I don't think he's going to bomb Syria. He might, but that's going to be bad for the Syrians. That's not going to be bad for the United States. I said, now, can you get this on credit? He said, well, you could use your credit card. Now, I've had a couple of friends that do have, you know, $100,000 on a Visa card or something, but not me. My 500 limit goes very quickly. So anyway, Come to Utah, get yourself a bomb shelter, go into that son of a bitch. You can't even read the Book of Mormon at night because if the power goes off, there's no lights either. Now you're inside a septic tank tube in the dark with no heat, and you can't find the toilet that doesn't flush anyway or fill up again. So anyway, welcome to Utah, welcome to the Mormons, and you're not going to see that bomb shelter anywhere where people have an IQ in the double digits. If you're in the single digits IQ, you know, that bomb shelter looks like a good deal. Thanks.